Thanks for joining us. You're watching Arirang Newsbreak on this Monday, July 11th. I'm Handan in Seoul. There's been a lot of noise surrounding the recent decision to deploy THAAD, a U.S. missile defense system, to South Korea. And now President Park Geun-hye has added her voice. She made it clear that it is a necessary step that's vital to South Korea's survival. Song Ji-sun at the presidential office this afternoon.
President Park Geun-hye said the decision to deploy THAAD was made because the advances in North Korea's nuclear and missiles program pose a direct threat to South Korea's survival and its future. Chairing a monthly meeting of her senior secretaries, President Park said the South Korean people are the main victims of Pyongyang's nuclear and missile programs, and leaving those threats as are now is the same as putting the people's lives at risk.
저는 대통령으로서 우리 국민과 국가를 지켜야 할 의무가 있고 북한의 위협으로부터 국민의 생명을 지키기 위해 필요한 모든 조치를 강구할 것입니다.
She reiterated that the high-altitude missile defense system is only for the nation's self-defense and that the international community should know that Seoul does not pose a threat to any other country.
사드는 북한 이외의 어떤 제3국을 겨냥하거나 제3국의 안보 이익을 침해하지 않고 또 할 이유도 없습니다.
She added that the THAAD location will be selected in consideration for area residents' safety and health. The president will seek support for South Korea's efforts to counter North Korea during her trip to Mongolia for the ASEM summit later this week, when she will also try to promote South Korea as a leading open trade nation at a time of growing trade protectionism following Britain's decision to leave the European Union. Song Ji-sun, Arirang News.
North Korea issued its reaction this morning, and it has threatened Seoul and Washington with a military response. Kwon So-ah has more on that.
North Korea says it will take physical action against South Korea and the U.S., a warning against the allies' decision to deploy the U.S. Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense System in South Korea. According to the state-run Korean Central News Agency Monday, the North's military is ready to strike against Seoul and Washington the moment the two confirm the location of the THAAD system, threatening it'll turn them into a, quote, sea of fire. Seoul's Unification Ministry defended the THAAD deployment Monday, saying it serves to protect South Korean people and property in the face of North Korea's continuing nuclear and missile threats.
I want to say that these kind of provocations and threats will further unite the South Korean people and that we are in perfect readiness based on our joint defense capabilities.
Seoul's defense ministry said that North Korea should first apologize for all of its provocative actions and warned that if Pyongyang continues to ignore the South's warnings, it will face strong consequences from Seoul's military. In Monday's statement, the North said the THAAD deployment is part of Washington's plan to dominate the world. The KCNA statement is Pyongyang's first official reaction since Friday's announcement was made in Seoul, following immediate opposition from China and Russia, which believe THAAD would hurt their own regional strategic interests. South Korea and the U.S. see the system as necessary to better protect South Korea from the North's missile threats. Kwon So-ah, Arirang News.
The sweeping electoral victory by Japan's ruling party has given a huge boost to Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's drive to amend the country's pacifist constitution. The revision would reverse the country's decision to renounce war, and the move is already raising concerns among Japan's regional neighbors. Oh Soo-young reports.
Shinzo Abe's Liberal Democratic Party and its junior coalition partner Korea-U.S. swept to victory in Sunday's upper house election. This victory strengthens Abe's grip over the Japanese parliament and gives him the mandate he needs to push for a referendum on revising Japan's post-war pacifist constitution. Article 9 of the constitution has banned the country from using offensive military force ever since the end of World War II. This includes militarization on land, sea and air, as well as the maintenance of other war potential capacities. Abe and his ruling party aim to amend the post-war constitution and expand Japan's military activities to build up normally functioning forces under the principle of collective self-defense. However, there's a strong sense of skepticism among the majority of the Japanese public, who have been staging protests against Abe's plans. Neighbouring countries and international observers are also concerned about the potential for a change in regional dynamics as a result. China's official news agency reacted to the electoral outcome on Monday, saying that the ruling bloc's victory could pose a danger to Japan and regional stability. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.
On to the latest on the emission scandal involving Volkswagen. Korea's Environment Ministry is currently reviewing the records on roughly 70 Volkswagen and Audi models sold in Korea, suspected to have passed local authentication procedures with fabricated documents. If that turns out to be true, the ministry plans to suspend sales of unsold vehicles, order recalls, and issue fines for cars that have already been sold. Although it's not yet known how many vehicles might be subject to the punitive measures, it's expected to be somewhere between 100,000 and 150,000 units. That's roughly 40 to 60% of the 250,000 vehicles sold since 2007. Audi Volkswagen Korea has yet to give an official response on the matter. And that is Arirang Newsbreak for today. Catch up on more domestic and global news updates throughout the day here on Arirang. Thank you for watching.